Good morning. I'm Deirdre Fitzpatrick.
And I'm Mike Cherry in for a tail. We're really starting off pretty comfortable this morning, but things are going to change for the next few days, actually. Let's get right to meteorologist Tamara Berg.
Yeah, you look at the horizon right now, and we've got a hazy landscape out there. A live look right now from Rancho Cordova, and you can definitely see that there's just a different look to our air this morning, as we do have some wildfire smoke that's trickled down from the flat fire burning in southwestern Oregon. We also have another fire that's burning around Yosemite, and that's the Pika fire, and that's all emitting some of the particulates that we're seeing, which is also helping to generate kind of that pink or orange tone to our skies this morning. Now, the air quality, we'll look at that in just a moment, but right now, at least it's a comfortable start to the day. 56 in Fairfield, 59 in the capital city. We're at 60 as the sun's coming up in Yuba City, 61 in Stockton, 64 to kick off your Thursday for Modesto. You'll find widespread upper 60s around Auburn, mid and upper 70s around parts of El Dorado County, especially from Placerville into Pollock Pines and up and through Camino. You get all the way up the hill, and it's 47 currently in South Lake Tahoe, and the wind is pretty flat. That's why that particulate's just kind of sitting there along the horizon. We have south wind to just 3 in Sacramento. It's flat wind right now in Yuba City, and that Delta breeze, well, it's slowly starting to die down, and as it does over the coming days, you can plan for temperatures to warm up. And today we're kicking off an official heat wave here around the valley floor. So while it's nice outside in the upper 50s currently, by lunchtime we're in the mid 80s, 3 o'clock 98, and we're still warming from there at 6 o'clock in the afternoon at 102. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll take a look at the air quality, show you more heat ahead throughout the weekend. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thanks so much, Tamara. It has been a rough couple of days on the Yolo Causeway. Take a look. This is last night. Check out all those taillights. For the second time this week, an accident bringing traffic to a standstill for hours. The eastbound lanes completely closed. The westbound lanes were also impacted by an overturned vehicle. Let's bring in traffic expert Brian Hickey right now. And what a week for the Causeway.
Yeah, it's been a rough one. And fortunately this morning, not a problem for you if you're heading out onto the Causeway. You can see some of the air quality that Tamara was just referring to, especially in this shot, but also the traffic moving along westbound just fine as you make your way through the Enterprise Road area and out towards Childs Road. Everything's back up to the speed limit once you get past the transition. Highway 50 looking good coming in from Folsom. Interstate 80, no issues down through the split. Cap City Freeway all running at the limit right now, as are I-5 and 99 as well coming up out of Elk Grove. Or if you're heading south towards Stockton, again, everything in the green along that stretch. Had an earlier crash right around Charter, clearing that up. Still seeing just a little bit of slowing there with a tow truck on scene, but again, not a major delay. And then westbound 580 starting to clear up. This was all solid red at the last traffic report as they clear up a 2-vehicle crash there. That's over on the right-hand shoulder. Westbound 205 across the top of the triangle right now, running at 17 minutes from I-5 to 580. Westbound 580 will be 27 minutes over the Altamont Pass and down into Dublin. Westbound 580 from Rancho Cordova to 99, 10 minutes. Interstate 80, Roseville to Split, 9-minute ride there. And coming from Elk Grove into downtown, 5 and 99, currently running at 11 minutes. Back to you.
Brian, thank you. At 6:03, a family dog shot and killed by a Sacramento County Sheriff's deputy, but exactly why is in dispute.
Yeah, this all happened at home on Janine Drive near Diablo Drive. That is in the Foothill Farms area. KCR3's Mike Tisell joins us live now with why the family says they received no warning before their dog was killed.
Yeah, and again, we are standing along Janine Drive here. This is the neighborhood where this dog was shot and killed. We were here last night when this happened, according to the Sheriff's Department. Right around 8:30 last night is when they were responding to what they described as a family disturbance. When the caller at the home opened the door, the Sheriff's Department says a, quote, large dog aggressively charged at the deputy, and fearing for his safety, the deputy shot the dog one time, and the dog passing away from that one gunshot, according to the Sheriff's Department. They also pointed out that there were no injuries there. Now, come back out here live, and this is where things become a little bit in question, and that is because KCRA3 did speak with the owner of the dog, or at least one of the people living in that house where the dog was shot, and they say that they were home sitting with their dog when they heard a knock at the door. They could hear a police scanner, but nothing else. They say they opened the door, and then in an instant, they say the dog was shot, and they say the reason they called the Sheriff's Department was for a mental health issue, not a family disturbance. So those are the two sides of the story as we know it right now. We are, obviously hoping for more clarification from the Sheriff's Department to get a better understanding of why this family dog was shot and killed. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Mike. Let's
Live in the Foothill Farms area of Sacramento County, Mike Sell, KCRA 3 News.
Mike, thank you. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office says that they do plan to release an update once the investigation is done.
Hours after one homeless encampment was cleared out, another one just a few blocks away is now drawing increased scorn from neighbors. This is the scene near Grant Park off 22nd Street near C Street. You see piles of trash and debris. Neighbors say people living in the encampment have tried stealing from them and left a pile of needles following drug use, and they want some action right now. The city says it's not that easy.
Next door neighbor's car was broken into not too long ago. I've had people trespassing on the property, so safety is a concern.
I can't play with my kids so much because I constantly have to keep an eye out and make sure there's no people coming into the park.
Now, Sacramento City Council member Katie Valenzuela did send KCRA3 a statement saying the Department of Community Response has been doing trash and compliance work for several months, but there's not much they can do until there are more shelter beds.
Investigators are trying to figure out what started a fire that damaged 2 homes in Pollock Pines. This happened Tuesday evening on Centerview Drive. Fire started in one home, then spread to another. There wasn't much that the crews could really do once they got there, though, to lessen that damage.
Being that these houses were closer together and that there were items like sheds, outbuildings, and trailers in between, it potentially allowed for the fire to spread more easily.
Firefighters say one man received minor burn injuries. A Bay Area man has pleaded guilty to starting 3 small fires near South Lake Tahoe. Prosecutors say that in July of 2020, Douglas Edwards started 3 fires in the span of 9 hours while hiking near Echo Lakes. He was arrested later that day. Prosecutors say DNA and witnesses linked him. Edwards is now facing a $250,000 fine and 5 years in prison when sentenced in October.
Happening today, the House is voting on another big budget bill, one that could determine how you fly over the next 5 years. The FAA reauthorization bill has proposals addressing safety concerns and airline staffing that are critical to the industry's future.
Well, there are several provisions impacting not only how you fly, but how staff flies too. That addresses an airline worker shortage while improving safety both on and off the plane. The House will vote on the FAA reauthorization bill today after considering dozens of amendments last night. Part of the bill, a win for travelers, extending a measure requiring airlines to show the full price of a ticket with taxes and mandatory fees up front.
There is so much in this bill that addresses the safety and health of flight attendants and, frankly, passengers.
Stakeholders agree with proposals improving emergency safety and a banned passenger list, protecting flight attendants and their jobs, and efforts to staff up amidst a shortage of air traffic controllers and pilots. Still up for debate, raising the pilot retirement age from 65 to 67.
It's a solution in search of a problem. The problem has already worked itself out.
An effort the White House says needs more research.
We can't do anything that would weaken safety for passengers, for airlines.
But House leadership says leaving it out could cause more delays and cancellations.
We could have more people working with more experience for a longer term, and they get to make that decision. That's called freedom in America and safer travel.
While the House is expected to pass the FAA bill today, the Senate, which is behind schedule on its version, has until the end of September to act. In Washington, I'm Amy Liu, KCRA 3 News.
And there was a measure to add more flights to the Ronald Reagan National Airport in Washington, D.C., but the House voted last night not to move forward on that. Some lawmakers and airlines say doing so would only increase the chance of delays at a time when air travel is ramping up.
We have a winner, not we. We,
as a collective.
Universal we.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah.
This morning the lottery says that a ticket sold in LA did match all 5 numbers and the Powerball in last night's $1 billion jackpot.
And here's a look at the store where that ticket was sold. Get this, it's on Wall Street.
Appropriate.
It's the Las Palmitas Mini Market, which is in downtown LA, right near Skid Row, the neighborhood there. So the winner will literally go from Skid Row to become a multi-millionaire instantly.
Writes itself.
Oh boy, yeah. And they're not the only winners though. One ticket did sell in South Lake Tahoe. It matched 5 numbers. That ticket was sold at a 7-Eleven on South Lake Tahoe Boulevard and Carson Avenue. It's worth more than $448,000. Now, If you want to check, here are the numbers. Might be you. 7, 10, 11, 13, 24. Powerball number, also 24. By the way, California is the place to be for Powerball. This is the 6th largest jackpot. 3 of the top 6 winners have all been Californians. But don't worry if you didn't win. Still grab the Mega Millions prize. It's now up to $720 million for tomorrow night's drawing. And there's a smaller jackpot, which I'm sure anyone would probably take. The Super Lotto Plus drawing jackpot. That's up to $78 million for Saturday's drawing.